Hi everybody and welcome to today's video. Today I am doing a very quick comparison of two pens, the Jinhao x750 and the x450. These are two very price conscious pens, shall we say. Incredibly affordable. When you buy them on eBay, you are going to pay something in the range of $4 for each of these pens, including postage, which is just ridiculous, especially considering the quality of the pen you're getting. Now, a couple of things straight up. I have a preference for the x450. I think this pen looks nicer. I think it performs ever so slightly better. But in saying that, the x750 at its price is almost unmatched. Maybe just by this pen and a couple of other Chinese pens. So, what do I like about these pens? Well, they are metal. Now, that's not necessarily to say that metal pens are better than plastic pens or acrylic or celluloid or any of those sorts of things. I like them because these are great at their price point as beat-around pens. I've got many of each of these models and I think they're absolutely great. I swapped the nibs out to put in Goulet nibs, particularly in the x450, so I've got several of those geared up like that. But they write well, they write reliably. Most of the nibs that come on these pens need very little work to get them writing quite nicely. If you lose the pen, it's cheap, you can give them away as gifts. They're great to get people into the hobby, and they come in a metric load of different finishes. Just as examples with the x450, you can get things like this sort of sky ripple blue, or a nice sort of shiny red, a cream. You could maybe even go a mock ceramic look, or something sort of more conservative and professional, like this darling pink number here. So these pens come in a huge range. The x750 also has a wide range of finishes available. So, what I'm going to do, I've kept the original Jinhao nibs in both of these. As I said, I swapped some of them out for Goulet nibs, which range from extra fine through to some of the stub widths. And these are, I've got up to a 1.5 on some of mine. And these are made by Yovo, so they're super reliable nibs. They cost about $15 each, making the price of the pen somewhere in the $20 mark, if that is what you decide to do with it. At $20, this is still an absolutely incredible pen, and in fact, at $20, this is a pen that writes like a pen up to 5 times its price, and feels like a pen 5 times its price. So, let's start with the x450. Now, I've inked both of these with Noodler's Ellis Island Blue Black. You can see samples of that on my fingers. It is a really cool ink. I really like it. It's an exclusive to Fountain Pen Hospital in New York, and it is a replica of the ink used on Ellis Island, that same sort of blue-black. So here we have the Jinhao x450 with a medium nib that comes on the pen with Noodler's Ellis Island. Now, this particular nib is a little bit on the dry side, and I could easily do some work to make that a little wetter and a little smoother, but at this price point I'm not really concerned in any way, shape or form. It still writes nicely and writes reliably. Then we have the x750, which is more or less, it's the same nib. It's a Jinhao medium. Now, I haven't done anything to either of these nibs, and you can already see this one writes a little bit on the wetter side. You are getting mass-produced items here. There isn't the care taken that would be taken with pens where there are 80 of them made, or a couple of hundred. There are thousands upon thousands of these pens manufactured, and not every nib can get the same attention. It's the same ink, the Noodler's Ellis Island. So you are going to get the occasional difference in how the pens behave, but it's not really, when you're paying so little for a pen, it's not really of concern. So what are the main differences? Well, you can see the shape. You've got sort of a more elongated cigar shape on the 450, with a more narrow band. Most of the 750s come with silver trim. Most of the 450s come with gold trim. It's more or less sort of got the same sort of shape clip, whereas with the 450 it's got a few little extra adornments. The biggest difference is in the grip section. Both of them are cartridge converter pens, of course, and come with the same converters and everything. But if we look here at the grip sections, this is where the biggest difference starts to arise. You can see that the grip on the 450 is a little bit longer. They're both push-to-cap, so there are no threads to have to be concerned with. There's little cutouts for the finger position on the 450, whereas the 750 is smooth. Both are plastic grip sections, as with lacquered brass bodies, and the same nib. The nibs are interchangeable. As I said, swap out a goulet or any other sort of standard number 6 nib. So these are the two pens. Why do I prefer the 450? Well, as I said, I think just the shape of the design appeals to me a little bit more. Some of the finishes appeal nicely. It just feels a little bit sort of nicer in my hand. I'm not sure why. The balance is sort of more or less the same. If I could get the 450 without the little cutouts, I probably would. But I think it's a really classy, nice looking pen, and these pens are well worth the money you spend on them. And that's it. Hope you found this video useful. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications button if you want to stay up to date with the videos that I produce. Please feel free to drop me a message at any of the platforms listed below. My email is there as well, or you can comment on this or any of my other videos. If you've got things you'd like me to look at, or any comments on anything that I have put up, I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you later.